Download. I know it's a lot of different stuff on the internet talking about being humble, this, that, and the third. You got some people saying don't be humble. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna tell you this. It's better to be humble than to be full of ego. I'll just say that. And what I mean by saying that is there's nothing wrong with you having skills, and there's nothing wrong with when you're doing something well and bigging up that you're doing well. That's like if you make good music, you make good music. To me, I see nothing wrong with somebody tooting their own horn because they're good at something. The part where humbleness comes in is in humility. If you're not humble, then that means that you're not open. So what that means is, if you're not humble, that means you're operating from a glass that means you already know it all. Which the way the world is designed, nobody knows it all. The world is constantly growing and moving as we're moving. Things and systems are being created as the creation is being created, and as more kids are being born and all this, that, and the third. So that's just like, I'll give an example, like an older head, 55 years old. Guess what? They might got humble themselves out to a younger dude. Because just because you're 55, that don't mean you understand what's going on in a 20-year-old realm. That's just like these 20-year-olds wilding, right? I could either humble myself to say, all right, you know what? Now, that don't mean that the youngins wilding and stuff like that. It's just humbling ourselves to understand that, okay, that's like you got the older head dudes. Like, you got this clown for real, that's online talking about, man, if dudes don't pay all the bills and dudes and this, that, and the third, he's a clown for real. And he's probably just doing it for clickbait. But the grand message that's getting spread is a clown-ass message, because this is a man that's older, maybe over 50 or something like that. And he's saying men should be paying this, paying that. And you're speaking from a 55-year-old perspective. Humble yourself, young man. And you're older than me, but humble yourself, young man. Because at the end of the day, I got to humble myself to understand that these young brothers ain't out here, ain't making that much, homie. See, a lot of times as we grow as people, we think everybody know what we know, and people supposed to grow at the pace that we grow. And that's not how life works. Sometimes I got to humble myself. Matter of fact, my son taught me Google, the word Google. He said that means infinitesimal or infinite. I didn't know that. But if I didn't humble myself to listen, then I wouldn't have never knew that. I wouldn't have never known that that was a terminology that was created to represent that. So, again, man, y'all really need to humble yourselves, man. Like, on some real G. You know what I mean? In terms of life. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of times from the ego perspective, that means you got it all. And it's like, at the end of the day, we all know we all ain't got it all, okay? So, sometimes being humble, it pays to be humble. You become a student when you're humble. You become open to learning when you're humble. Your glass can continue to be poured into when you're humble. 100.